But we are going to continue our game over here as Russia, which has had good and bad. You know, we had, again, I felt like maybe a slower start. Then it seemed to be okay. We just, like, plowed right through Scythia over here. Still technically exists down here with one city, that's all. The real reason we were going through Scythia is because the US over here had basically not gone involved in anything. They were going full, like, isolationist policy. And they were like teching like mad. Actually, I don't know how much of it was tech necessarily, or maybe the culture, or I'm not sure. But I was like, I have to get over there and declare war on these guys. Otherwise, they're just gonna run away with the game because it didn't look like the AI was gonna do anything. Our first war was actually, what are these guys? Oh, American troops hanging out by Hong Kong. Hopefully Hong Kong will be okay. American settler, interesting. The first war caught us a little bit off guard because they had actually teched all the way up to, well, mobilization, so they could actually have armies. And even though our troops were significantly better, the fact that they were combining their stuff as armies and were able to, like, you know, get a bunch of free production because we're playing on a higher difficulty, they were able to sort of, like, balance it out. So we pieced out, I think, I can't remember what we did along the way. But then we pieced out, and then we did a follow-up war after because we'd gotten some stronger stuff going on. And more importantly, Brussels had allied to the US. So I declared on Brussels. And actually, surprisingly, didn't pull in the US. And maybe what I should have done is probably declared on Nan Madol by itself as well. But it was like, no, you know, I just declared on the US. It's going to be fine. We got some boats over here. We'll be able to take Nan Madol for ourselves because screw that guy. And we are currently, we're not moving towards Washington right now because the US has, as one of their unique abilities, sorry, not here, but here, they get extra bonus defensive strength. It's probably part of Teddy. Yeah, units receive +5 combat strength on their home continent, so that's one thing. And also, I believe they've got one of the it's like communist policy something, which gives them even more defensive bonuses. I wonder what that might be. They have something. I remember seeing some pop-up that said, wait, there we go. It's just part of communism inherently. Land units get +4 defense strength. So they're not as good about attacking, but they do have really, really good defense. And so what we're doing is we're just waiting for turns for mobilization to kick in. That will allow us to form armies as well. And we're actually well positioned to form a few of them quite early on. That'll give us a pretty decent military boost at that point. And also, if we can get flight in here for the observation balloons, and we get range 3 with all of our range units, then we should be able to fire it down. So we're just going to slowly sort of siege things down. We've got our Cossack units, but unfortunately they haven't detected to the anti-tank crews at exactly the right time to counter the Cossacks. So that's less than good. I'm actually wondering if I should stay here or not. Looks like you probably can't one-shot me, especially if I'm on the defense and in the forest, so that's going to be okay. I think I'll leave this guy here because he should be out of range of all that stuff. But yeah, overall, I'm not going to move forward. What I'm going to try to do is plan... Oh, and I should probably switch my production back to military. I had stopped for a little while because I was like, oh, I probably have enough military. But combining everything into armies is going to be a little bit more expensive. Now, what we're going to do, when we do get the observation balloon, and we get +1 range, it's a good support unit, what we can do is put 2 range units over here, just burn down the encampment, and then just step forward a little bit, and we'll be able to bombard Washington from outside of its own bombardment range. So hopefully that will work out okay. Unless, I don't know if the observation balloons could also boost the bombardment range of a city. We haven't seen anything like that before, so it feels like we're probably going to outrange them. And that'll most likely be okay. I do want to get a factory up here, but again, I do kind of also just need a few more units coming in here. I should actually take a moment and see... So these are both cores. If I want to turn them into armies, I need 1 extra dude. That's also a core. Do we have... We have a solo field cannon over here. Okay, so these 2 will combine into that, which is fine. This infantry can combine with here into an army, which is also fine. It feels to me... Okay, we've got an extra field cannon here. I think we need 1 more. And then we'll have 3 field cannon armies, which is pretty good. I guess Slovakia is going to finish its entertainment complex in 2 turns. Probably fine for us to just wait for that. We've got another infantry being produced over here, which... I guess it's going to be good just on the basis that we actually don't have that much infantry. We're going to have 1 infantry army. Also, our Cossacks, we could use an extra couple of Cossacks potentially to group them up, but I think it's going to be left as is. I do want that factory quite badly, but I think, and we need a trader again, I think it's probably a good idea. What do I need? An extra field cannon? 1 more? Yeah, one more field cannon. I'm going to get started on that. That's going to be okay. Kazan over here, which we'd settled not that long ago. I think we can just go into a lighthouse. There's only +1 food? I thought it was +1 food for each thing it's adjacent to. I guess it's maybe the shipyard that gets +1 production for everything it's adjacent to. Anyway, I'm going to go up that. We're currently housing capped and everything over here. The lighthouse will give us more housing, plus the food, which is never bad. How's the chit-chat? Balloon doesn't work with field cannons. What? Oh, to bombard units only. To adjacent bombard strength units. So presumably just siege units. That changes things. I haven't actually used them yet. I don't know where this Indian dude is going to go and settle. Hopefully not in the middle of here. I know. I think it could happen. I think we've got plenty of farms. We're going to go and, like, build a few more lumber mills here and there, for example, instead. We are not going to move in and attack there. And this bombard's going to stay there. In our research, I'm going to finish flight, and I think at the end of the last time, I'd actually queued up all the way to advanced flight, because I was like, maybe we'll use bombers for this, but I think what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to quickly finish steam power, reveal coal, and then start working on steel. We should be able to build a coal mine, which will cut this in half, so researching steam power first probably will equal the exact amount of time as just hard researching steel, and then we can upgrade our bombards to artillery. But yeah, that's an excellent point. Thank you for mentioning that. So we've got a decent amount of money. I think I will just go and start building a bombard as is. And we'll do that, because we'll still be able to outrange things, which is going to be nice. This bombard's going to stay where it is. This worker here... Right, I've got one going there. I think this worker's going to come down here and get some lumber mills set up in the forest over here. Please don't use rank 2 infantry to merge into the army. Right, because I guess we'd lose the second promotion here. That's a good point. We're not in a hurry to do this. We do have one infantry over here. I could just set up a second corps. If I initiate it from here... Oh, I can't. You gotta initiate... Oh, wait, I can't anyway because I don't have the mobilization thing. But I wonder if I started from here, could we just eat the corps? We'd still lose one promotion, but that's not the end of the world. This field cannon's going to stay where it is. You're going to stay where you are. Actually, you're going to move down to here just to make sure no one rushes the field cannon itself, although I think we're okay. And you've got nothing to bombard, but I think you're going to be okay to stay here. You could potentially get shot from Washington. Now, Washington itself is not on a hill, right? No. So, while the city might be able to bombard over here, that would be about it. But why would I stick around here regardless? You know, it's probably better if I took a step back and did that. Since I'm not planning on attacking right now, you're okay where you are. Alright, now my ships. We're going to go after Nan Madol over here. So we're going to have a privateer corps, actually. Yeah, actually, that's a good amount of damage. And there, that's going to be lovely. This is a caravel. We're just going to get in position to do some, to do the melee attack afterwards. And this Knigget can actually reach here in one turn as well. So that works out all right. Bum-ba-bum. Can't you check what government Theodore adopted? I guess I can. Yeah, he's communism. Yeah, we knew that. Because we know that because when we got into fight, we saw he got the extra +4 defense from communism. It showed up in the list. And I was like, oh, that's why he's so goddamn annoying. Bum, 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 bum. India's trading with Scythia. That's fine. Not that there's much of a Scythia left. Did the defense of Washington just drop? Was it not 97 a second ago? I guess they had something in the city and now they don't. So, 4 turns to mobilization. And then we'll get our armies up and running. But part of the problem, too, is the fact that Washington... And, oh, hey, we got our first tip of the day. Has got a big mountain and hills here blocking things. Very hard for us to get in on bombard. It's proven to be a very tough nut to crack. In fact, part of me was wondering, maybe I should have just gone to New York first. Like, you know, push through the north over here and do that. I think we'll still need the observation balloon to bombard some of this stuff down. We got a tip in from Terja. He says, 1, bombers are quite good against defenses in Civ 6. 2, carrier fleets cannot carry more planes than a single carrier. Oh, that's good information, actually. Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. Kuloba over here. I think we're just going to go into a monument. I think that's fine. Oh, you've got a ship here. Can I just one-shot you? No. Oh, that's the wrong thing. So, stop. So my caravel can't one-shot this. Do I want to go and shoot it? Yeah, I'm going to shoot it with my non-leveled up privateer. and then finish it off with the caravel. Excellent. And then the leveled up one is just going to keep bombarding the city. Groovy. Trade route. I think we're going to keep the trade route going from here, and we'll go for one of the, high food, high production ones. Looks like going to Novgorod is going to be fine in this case here. To keep, just the production. Yeah, I'm wondering if I should switch my production, especially in these places. Well, this has got just bad production, which is no good. I'm going to let these guys finish, because if I recall correctly, we have, like, some pretty major amenity problems, especially perhaps with a little bit of war exhaustion. So we will wait a little bit more. Yeah, I'm going to move you up. Now, I'll see if I can initiate the army from here. We'll lose that one promotion there, but it's hardly a big problem. And you're just going to sit around here, and mostly we're not going to move forward quite yet. The problem with this spot is it has really poor vision. Actually, maybe what I'll do... Do I want to pull back with this guy? Maybe I should do that. And I still have the field cannon. Let me pull back to here. Let me shuffle things over this way. Actually, opens up the possibility this guy could get attacked, but probably not. Oh, you know what I don't like about this, actually? This is not a core or anything like that, and this is on a road. Someone could come out here and actually attack this guy. And might kill him, and that would be kind of upsetting, actually. On the other hand, we could probably counterattack and kill whatever did that. And if something does kill this in one shot, it probably means it's going to be a core or whatever. And we mostly got through those. They've got the anti-tank crews, but not in a core or an army configuration. Got a Cossack here with no promotions. We're going to go and park it right next to this dude over here. 3 turns away from mobilization. Let's go to next turn. Now, America's getting war exhaustion too, and they'll probably actually start offering a peace in the non-too-distant future, just for some money or something like that. But at this juncture, I definitely want to keep pushing in on their actual cities. Why not use an observation balloon? Well, have you looked at what we're researching right now? We will! That's the plan! Oh, yeah, the other thing, if I did get an observation balloon, I could bombard from down here. Now, they do have ships that can attack the coast. What I wonder is, if I were here with an observation balloon and had a range of 3, would I have vision on Washington? I don't know how it would calculate that, so curious to see. Alright, production, good. Keep producing, actually, go with some bombards right now. That's going to be fine and good. You're done doing that, so you come back over here, and let's bombard the city some more. Looks like we're not quite in a position to attack it yet, so I'm just going to come here and then wait a turn. I want to lumber mill this up. And you're going to wait here. So I'm going to put the core... Oh, right. It's going to do that thing where I can't swap the two. God, that's really annoying. The core should be in a slightly better position to handle an attack. I would like to not merge these guys and use up the experience, but we'll do what we can. We'll just have to figure it out. And actually, this is a core with no experience, so this would actually be a good example of merging this with that. Which I suppose I could start working towards, or even merging with this one. No, sorry. Not like that. Leave this one here. We have to merge a singleton into that. Anyway, that's fine. We'll work it out after. So yeah, so we're just sort of killing a little bit of time on the front here. Who's declaring war? Oh, city-states. Oh no, Victoria declared war on Cleopatra. For not the first time, actually, I think England and Egypt are at war. Ooh, that's good. Got to keep them busy as long as no one, like, starts to pick up a huge lead as a result. Okay, you, which has no experience, you're going to get behind this guy, who's level 2. This level 2 singleton will move out of there afterwards. Okay, yeah. Please waiting. Denounced England. Oh, that's good. Well, I mean, Scythia is not particularly relevant on the world stage, but... that's interesting. What do we do about this? And what, we just found a barbarian encampment somewhere? Crazy. Oh my god, right over there! Huh. That's probably going to be really annoying. Okay. I think we're just going to shoot. Wow, minor victory. Yeah. So that +5 combat on home continent and +4 defense from communism is so sick. Also, +3 from the difficulty. Well, I mean, I think shooting it's the way to go. We can't actually shoot from back here, which is a bit annoying. I could move in and do a flank, but if I go here, I'll get bombarded from the encampment, and then other things will start to occur, which would be bad. Major defeat. Not a death, though. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to scooch up to here. Then do that. Then do that. And I'm going to assume he's going to be too weak to one-shot me, unless, well, I was going to say, unless he has got experience for promotion. But it doesn't matter. Actually, I could go and kill it at this point, using a pair of units. Would leave me a little lower and potentially vulnerable to getting destroyed by bombardment, though. And I'd rather not have that happen. I think I just leave it off as is here. I could go here. This is flat though, and yeah, there's no way to shoot. So you just stay here, content that they probably can't kill me. Bit of risk. But what can we do? You're gonna go and lumber mill that. Okay, we should be able to get Nan Madol this turn though. No, not even by pulling in the knight. Yeah, no. One more turn. That's okay. It's not like we're in a rush. Isn't a Cossack a unit that takes no movement penalty from attacking? I don't know what you mean. I get a combat strength when fighting in or adjacent to my home territory. Can move after attacking if movement points remain. You're right, actually. So I can hit and then run over here. Thank you. Now, this one probably won't have any movement left. I could kill this guy, but I would be open to a bombard from this and potentially a finishing off from the Swordman Corps, so I'm not going to do that. So you just wait. We're one turn away from mobilization, actually, and that'll become an army. I mean, I think the army only has like an extra +7 strength or something, but it does actually have a pretty good influence. And right now, it's not like I can attack with everyone anyway, so it sort of seems like a pretty good win. You retreat to there. You got a promotion, but it means you can't move. There's another anti-tank crew right behind you, which is potentially a little less than desirable, but we'll see. You want a bunch of stuff, so no. Now, I suspect that assembling the army ends the turn. Oh, this was supposed to move, because he can't attack right now. He's supposed to go there. Yeah, see, that's really annoying.
In order to rally people, governments need enemies.
Alright, So we got the upgraded conscription, which is probably what we want to do. I'm going to want to, like, swap out to some sort of, like, promotion system soon, but right now, just need the extra money. That's going to be okay. Yeah, you move over this way. I could scooch up with this guy. I'm not sure if that's smart. I'll start with these shots first. Because I can just take a shot from back here. Or I can move up one, shoot, and then move up with the other guy. I think that's what I'm going to do, because I think we could actually get a kill. I'm a little bit worried about the anti-tank crew getting a kill, but mostly they get defensive bonuses, not as much attacking bonuses, and he's already hurt. It's a big risk. But I think it'll pay off. Alright, the next thing that we want in here, I'm actually not sure. Pillaging, settler cost, naval unit production. Actually might want the archaeology stuff. Or perhaps just a better government type. Especially one that's maybe a little bit more militaristic. So fascist gives you +4 combat strength. Communism gives you, okay, +4 defense to land units. Fascism gives you +4 strength to everything, and not just on defense. I think totalitarianism is what we're going for. I think that sounds about right. You are going to keep building some units over here. I guess we need more bombards because we want to take advantage of the range. We're 3 turns away from flight, so that'll come into play then. Brussels, you're close to the front, so I'm also going to get you... Oh, what? Really? 99 turns? Wow, your production rate is pretty bad. Pretty bad. There we go. Let's get you to focus a little bit more on production. And perhaps we'll get an industrial zone set over here, actually. I don't know. They're less bad now that you're on production focus, but they're still pretty miserable. Why don't you just go and build another builder? The cost hasn't gone up that much, and we will need some more. That's going to be fine. Let's go and take this city here. Major defeat. And the knight? Yeah, that won't be enough. One more turn of bombard. That's okay. We've got all the time in the world over there. And yeah, let's do the lumber mill here. That's going to be okay. You're going to wait. You're going to wait here. And yeah, you got to wait. Oh, wait. No, I can army up now. So, neither one of you have any experience points, which is a little bit annoying. Oh yeah, you're supposed to move out of the way, whereas you get in close, but you can't now, because you're going to join up with that thing in a second. And you're just going to rest. Actually, you're hurt enough that I think it's probably best if you moved into friendly territory. And then we'll rest you there. Okay. Nope. Now, don't kill any of my stuff. Then we'll be in a half-decent position. But yeah, if I can put a bombard here with range 3, that'd actually be pretty sweet. And I think we're going for steel after this, right? Yeah. We're going for steel. With the hope, and I should make sure to leave a charge on a builder. Yeah, you've got 1 charge. So I'm going to leave your charge on there so that you can hook up the coin. If we've got another builder kicking around, we may consider that. Okay, new turn. So, I mean, ooh, I may want to blow this guy up. Okay, you need to move away. You need to go there. I do have to focus on blowing this guy up. I don't suppose I can do it with the units that aren't about to combine, can I? Major victory, but it doesn't actually finish him off. I mean, I could run in there with a mounted unit, but then again, we'll get bombarded by the campus, or the encampment. So I'm going to bombard here. I'm going to see, can I... No, I can't army you up. Okay, that's too bad, but that's okay. Ooh, it'd be nice to build a Ruhr Valley. But I think I do just have to, like, produce more military. So, one question is, how many bombards do I have under production right now? 1, 2, if I keep going with that one. 3, 4... And I currently have a core of bombards. So this will actually bring us up to exactly 2 armies of bombard, which seems like a pretty sweet number. Okay, so you finished the entertainment complex. I'm thinking of an arena because we really do need the amenities, but on the other hand, just more military wouldn't be bad. And in particular, we'd probably just want more infantry at this point. Because, especially if we're making armies, yeah, we probably want that. Okay, you, though, have got nothing else to do but to do this. What? It's so weird. It's completely random which unit it decides to form the army on, as far as I can tell. It seems very inconsistent. It's not based on XP. It's not based on which unit I click. It's not based on how many movements anything has. Very odd. Nope. I'm not going to finish you off. Well, still, it can't bombard me because it doesn't have any wall health, so we can do that pretty safely. So yeah, you're going to save your charge for potentially a coal mine. So I'm just going to move you like a little bit more central. Like that.